one.
Welcome back everyone. We hope you had a really lovely half term. You're feeling nice and refreshed and ready for some good work this half term.
Hopefully you all managed to have some time away from the computer screen as well. I know I certainly did. I had a few walks with Stanley, at least twice a day, and bumped into lots of people I know around and about the village. I also noticed, whilst I was on my numerous walks, that many houses still have lots of pictures of rainbows up.
Yeah, do you know what? I was walking around Ellington too, and I noticed that there's still quite a few rainbow pictures in people's windows. And I remember that lots of people did that a while back, and I was trying to think about why people did it. Do you think they use the rainbow just because it's like really colourful and it's really cheerful?
Well, you're sort of right. The rainbows certainly are cheerful and colourful, but rainbows link to what we were talking about before half term, if you remember.
Oh yes, hope. Lots of children have made beautiful cards and sent them to people in the village to remind them that we are hopeful that there are better times to come.
Oh yes, and I've already had a few emails and a few cards back which I've managed to share with certain children, and those people saying that those cards that they received really cheered them up and made a difference and brightened their day in times when they're perhaps a bit sad and lonely at home.
Well, the rainbow certainly is a sign of hope. Rainbows appear when the sun starts to shine through the rain, and often after a storm.
Do you remember that the rainbow that appears in one of the first stories in the Bible? I think it's in Genesis. We've shared it a few times, and I know a lot of you have been looking at this story in class this week. But maybe let's share part of that story again, because I think it's really appropriate for today's collective worship. I'll move this forward. This might give us a hint to what it's about.
I've just got my Bible here. Today's story is taken from the first part, or the first book in the Bible, Genesis chapter 9, verses 1 to 17. This is the part of the story which follows on from the story of Noah and the ark that lots of you have been sharing in class this week. Do you remember Noah was told by God to build a huge boat or ark? Every kind of animal and bird was given a home in the ark. Then it began to rain for 40 days and 40 nights.
Noah and his family were tired and sad. The animals and birds were tired and sad too. They'd been in the ark for a really long time. When at last the door was opened, they slowly made their way outside. The sky was still cloudy and dull. Smelly black mud covered everything in sight. Everyone was unhappy at what they saw.
But God hadn't forgotten Noah and all of the creatures. To make them feel better, he decided to put a rainbow into the cloudy sky. I shall make a rainbow, God said, and it will be one of the most beautiful sights in the world.
So first of all, God made a stripe of red. Red will be the colour of bright poppy flowers, ripe apples and robin's chests.
Let's build a rainbow. Let's start with the red one. Let's put this one here, the first band.
Then came orange. God said orange will be the colour of pumpkins and autumn leaves and ginger cats waiting and watching goldfish.
Which colour do you think might be next? Yellow. Yellow is next. And God decided that yellow was the most beautiful colour and would be the colour of buttercups and honey made by busy bees. And yellow will hide inside hens' eggs.
Here's a nice colour, God thought as he mixed green. I shall make lots of things that are green, like cabbages and caterpillars, grass and grasshoppers too. You only have to look around to see that green is one of God's favourite colours.
And then next to green, God put blue and indigo. Blue and indigo will be the colour of the sea and the sky, he decided.
Wonderful. One colour left. So finally, God added purple. Purple, he said, will be a very special colour. I will use it for butterfly flowers and hills covered with heather. It will be the colour of delicious grapes and juicy plums.
The rainbow is complete. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and purple all shone brightly together in the rainbow. Noah smiled when he saw the colours in the sky, and the animals felt happy too. It was God's promise that the world would soon be new again.
All of these colours make our world a happier and brighter place to be. What do you think are the children's favourite colours?
Oh, I know some children tell me what their favourite colour is when they're out in the playground. Perhaps you could share with your friends today what your favourite colours are. The rainbow colours do really cheer people up. I got this card earlier on this week. Mrs Mulwinnie sent me this card. Really made my day. It's lovely. It's got all the rainbow colours in a heart shape. Thank you, Mrs Mulwinnie.
Let's share in a short prayer. This day is full of promises of everything that's good. Help me face the challenges and do the things we should. Amen.
Amen.
The rainbow helped Noah to know that God cared. Colourful cards and flowers often cheer us up. Perhaps you could still send a few to a friend or a neighbour. And the rainbow reminds us of the fact that hope of better times is to come. And it also reminds us that God is with us, even when things go wrong. The rainbow that God sent after the flood shows us that he promises he will be there for us always, and that we have a hope and a future.
We now know it won't be long until we can all be back together again, and we can't wait to see everyone back and be together safe in school. Take care and see you all soon.